Hey YouTube, my name is Ed. I just picked up a 2012 Toyota Prius C. I just brought it home last night. It's only got about 100 miles on it or so. So I just figured I'd give you guys a little walk around feature set of the car. There are a lot of videos out there. Basically the press went to a Toyota press release, and if you watch a lot of the online reviews, they're very similar. So I figured I'd just give you an owner's perspective of the vehicle. So this is it. This is the Prius C option package 4 with the optional moonroof and alloy wheels. Now you can split that up. When I bought the car, the dealer could not get me one with just the sunroof. I did not want the optional larger wheels for a couple of reasons. First, with the optional 16-inch alloys, the turning radius is increased from 31 feet to 37 feet. Plus they're a little larger, so I imagine they're going to take up more contact area, probably get a couple of miles per gallon less. And because they're lower profile, you're going to have somewhat of a more harsh ride. But realistically, it isn't that big of a deal. I was in a parking lot yesterday. I had no problem. This is a very small vehicle. I had no problem parking, reversing, anything like that. So I'm not really missing the extra 6 feet. Most of my driving's done on the highway. I very rarely go into an urban setting. So the extra 6 feet of turning radius, not really a big deal. You know, the rims look nice. Another thing that I read was that currently no aftermarket low rolling resistance tires in this tire size, which is 195 50 16. So hopefully by the time this needs replacement tires, you know, they'll be out there. If not, I'll just have to repurchase the Bridgestone OEM tires, and they're the Turanza EL 400s. Alright, 4 lugs. I also got wheel locks. Didn't really want them, but they came with the car. Not a big deal. So this is the blue streak color. It's very nice. So the option 4 gives you optional fog lights, as well as soft-tex seats. These are the soft-tex seats. I did get the full black interior. I actually like it. There's another option for a two-tone interior, but I like the black. You still get light gray door panels. So, you know, it's a nice color scheme. I prefer the monochrome black. And the two-tone also, this part of the dash is lighter and it just doesn't look as nice. It actually looks better. The interior materials are okay, you know, fairly nice. Kind of hard plastic. Some of it even looks like recycled plastic, especially on the steering wheel. It's got some kind of textured plastic, but again, it's a low-cost entry-level vehicle, so I wasn't really expecting great interior fit and finish. The soft-tex seats are very nice. They're plush. They have they're very comfortable. I'm a large guy, you know, so I didn't have any problems. They're not hard. They're comfortable. My wife has a bad back, so she has no problems with the seats. The option 4 also gives you heated seats, which is really the only reason I got the option 4. Alright, so you get a little single setting down here. That's it, on or off. So it is what it is. So this is the black soft-tex interior, and they are stitched. You know, it does have a leather-like appearance. I imagine the black interior will be pretty hot in the summer. That's okay. So one of the reasons I got the moonroof, so at least you can vent it and vent some of the hot air out of the vehicle when it's parked. So here's the keyless entry fob for the option 4 package. Option 3 and 4 both get the smart key, and I believe another one of the things you also get is LED turn signal indicators on the mirrors, heated mirrors, that kind of thing. The way these work, all you have to do is reach in and it unlocks the door, and to lock the door you just swipe. There's a little slotted area here. You just swipe it, and locks the door. unlock it, reach in, and it unlocks. Kind of nice. And you get the push button start, which I appreciate. I like having my keys hanging on my belt. I don't have to fish them out. Push button start. Very nice. So here's the rear hatch area of the C. You don't get a whole lot of cargo room. I believe you get something like 17 cubic feet of storage behind the seats. There's a parcel shelf up here which you can easily disconnect. I did get the optional cargo net, and I also got a rear bumper protector. It was about $30–35 from the dealer. You do get a full-size spare tire. So there's 2 layers of carpet here, and then you got a couple of pretty sizable foam blocks. And under the foam blocks is your spare full-size, well, not full-size, but at least you get a spare tire, a space-saving spare, where you don't get a patch kit like on some of the more recent subcompact cars. So that's kind of nice to have it. One of the, I was just reading through the owner's manual. And the owner's manual said that the actual jack is below the driver's seat. So I gotta find that. Yes, there it is. And I guess to keep the center of gravity, they moved the scissor jack up front. Just a view of the back seat. Fairly comfortable back seats. Pretty good headroom. You do get one cup holder right here. Kind of flimsy, but at least you get a cup holder. Now, one of the things with the Prius C is that the battery has been reduced in size from the regular Prius liftback, and it is under the back seat. The hybrid battery is on this side. The 12-volt battery is on the passenger side, and there is a little hatch under the seat that you have to pop up if you ever have to jump start the vehicle. The dealer couldn't find it. I actually had to hit the manual to see where it was, so it's kind of odd. But again, they're trying for the lower center of gravity. It's a quick view of the front. The option for gives you fog lights, and you do get projector halogen lights, and they are very, very bright. I was really impressed. I'm used to HID lights, and these things were at least as bright as my last car. So, very nice lighting system. I'll go over some of the interior features of the Prius C. Let's see. There is a pretty sizable center compartment here and the armrest. Fit a bunch of CDs in there or whatever. Does have an armrest, which is adjustable. It slides forward. It's kind of nice. There's a little cubby next to the emergency brake. Nice for fitting your wallet. 2 cup holders and another bin right there. Then you have an upper bin over the glove box with your iPhone or smartphone interface and a 3.5mm aux jack. And then you have your glove box down there, which is fairly sizable. It's stuffed with a bunch of manuals. Doors, you have your cup holders. This had the option 3 and 4, I believe, have the upgraded stereo. It's a 6 speaker stereo. It sounds pretty good. I was impressed with the quality. And then you have a small cubby on the top of the dashboard. So again, good for change and wallet, sunglasses, whatever. All right, I'll go over the upgraded InTune entertainment system. I spent a little bit last night trying to figure it all out. Works pretty well. The center screen is somewhat low resolution, but it does the job. It's touchscreen. It's pretty nice. I think it's fairly common for all the newer Toyota vehicles. I think it's fairly standard. Like I said before, you have your iPhone interface. Got an iPhone 4. I'm going to connect it up. Okay, we have the iPod tethered up. The system's off right now. Just hit the button, turn it on. Kind of a flimsy knob and a lot of play in it. You got to be careful, I would say. Starting out in AM mode, hit audio, all your modes. Select satellite. Comes with 90 days of XM. Comes with 6 pages of presets. To set the preset, you just hold down the button. It'll beep, and there you go. Preset is set. Alright, I guess it's a single CD player. I haven't read the specs on it. I don't know if it does MP3s. I imagine it does. Let's see what else here. Audio. It does have HD radio, which is kind of a rarity. Alright, so I did, obviously my phone synced up through Bluetooth. Let's see. Hit the apps button. Alright, so here are the apps button. Now it's going to use the data plan from your phone, and it'll give you like 3 warning screens when you do this. Right now my phone is probably connected to my Wi-Fi in my house, so it'll be a little faster than over 3G. Alright, lawyers. Alright, so I have it in default 3D mode now. I have played with the nav a little bit. Some things it was very good at. Some things like setting my home address, it just couldn't get. And I tried many times. My wife tried. It just couldn't get past the street number of my house. So we gave up. So you can enter stuff, obviously, manually, but not when you're driving. Alright, so you can enter destinations while you're driving if it understands your voice. The second address I tried, no problem, went right in. Street, town, no problem. State, boom. But so it is a little bit problematic. I've even tried totally stop, engine off, no background noise whatsoever, and it did have issues. So it's just something I guess they're gonna have to work on. Alright. So you get Bing search. It doesn't see my phone. Usually connects right away. So I don't know why I didn't this time. And of course it's not working. Okay, I figured it out. I forgot that you have to have the InTune app actually running, and I believe it has to be in the foreground. I don't think you can minimize it. Okay, so that's what the problem was. Once I turned on InTune, then it prompted me for internet, connected right up. And I am running off my Wi-Fi in the house, so it'll be a little bit quicker. So I'll go back to apps. Alright, so basic set of apps. Again, it's like any other InTune system, any other Toyota car. Should have local weather. Takes a few seconds even on Wi-Fi to pull up. Okay, apps again. Again, you got Pandora, stocks, Bing. I think it'll also, if you use Bing, you can find local, get fuel prices, traffic reports. Now, these are great out on the iPhone, but the way I understand is that the Android phone would allow you to access calendar, emails, and even text messages. But of course, Apple doesn't allow access to their clients, so it doesn't work. All right. Another feature, when you hit car, it gives you an overview of the trip, your last trip, and your miles per gallon in 5-minute increments, and it also gives you a running tally of your current MPGs. So kind of an interesting histogram there of your mileage. And of course, speed energy, it goes into the energy monitor, and where the car running, you'd be able to see a little animated graphic showing where the power is coming from and where it's going. Alright. All trim levels of the C have automatic single zone climate control, as you can see here. Giant temperature knob right in the middle, easy to find. The temp controls also duplicated on the steering wheel controls, so you can go up and down with the temp as you see fit. And of course you got your front and rear defrosters, and etc., etc. Just your basic climate controls. The C has a standard shifter. It does not have a little nub up on the dash, so they went with the standard shifter. All right. Some of the modes, you can see that. So you have your eco mode, which dampens your throttle inputs and also cuts back your climate control. I had no issues cruising on the highway at 65 with the cruise control set, and even going up some fairly steep highway grades, no problem whatsoever in eco mode, maintaining the speed. The engine didn't race or anything like that, so not a problem. When I did get into town and I had to climb some fairly steep hills to get out of town, I did turn that off, and it made a marked difference. The car just, accelerated better. So again, I would reserve that for the open highway, or if you're cruising the low speed level. EV mode, again, runs you on pure battery power. I was playing with that last night. Again, it was nighttime. I was running seat heater, all the lights, and I got about, say, 3/4 of a mile before the engine kicked on. Again, the battery was not fully charged, and it is a smaller capacity battery than a standard Prius. But again, it'll also shift itself into EV mode when you're watching the display, this top-mounted display. But you can manually override it if you're going to move the car short distance in a parking lot or whatever. And we have a standard e-brake. Pull it up. Again, interior quality, these are hard touch plastics. Not anything to write home about, but again, I wasn't expecting luxury. The idea of buying this car was to save a lot on fuel. I was driving an Infiniti G37, and I loved the car, but it was getting 23, 24 premium gas, and I was spending a lot of money. I commute about 2,000 miles a month, say $24,000 to $25,000 miles a year. So you can do the math. It's very, very expensive. Fuel keeps going up. So I got rid of the 328 horsepower sedan, and I got me an eco cruiser. So, the car drives nice, rides nice. I really don't have any issues with it. It has no issues going up hills, even on the highway. Again, there's a couple pretty big mountains up to 1,800 feet that I have to climb to go to work, and nope, no issues. Scooted right up there. All right. I'll turn the car on right now. Just show you the top-mounted display, and there's a million little warning lights. All right. So there's the top display. I reset the tripometer after I left the dealership, and I had 31 miles of varied terrain, uphills, downhills, not very flat at all. So I got an average of 43.5, which is pretty good. Car's not broken in yet. I'm sure it'll improve as it goes. So we've got Trip A. All right. So, the standard Prius, it's got your eco mode. You can see my battery's pretty low because I was cruising around this neighborhood at low speed. There's the odometer, so we have 168 miles on it. You can see we're in EV mode, obviously, because the engine's not running. There's an eco score down there. I haven't really done much with that. It scores you on acceleration, starting, cruising, and stopping on a 100 scale. Alright, so you can go to your eco savings. Now, I haven't set this yet, but I intend to put in my last vehicle, which got 23 miles per gallon at whatever premium is now. Right around here, it's about 4.05 a gallon. So I'm going to enter that information. It's going to show me how much money I'm going to be saving in comparison to my last vehicle. Alright, past record. Just gives me distance traveled and MPGs. And I guess because the car's not running, these things go blank pretty quick. Alright, settings screen, not going to mess with that. Energy monitor, same as on the main display. All Prius Prii have this. Drive information, gives you a snapshot of your last drive. So I drove an hour, 31 miles per hour average. Again, I was doing a combination of freeway and small town city driving. Alright, my eco score, I think we already talked about that. Alright, that's it. So everything's controllable from the switches. This is called a tracer, touch tracer system. So basically when you touch this display, it mirrors it up on the screen so you don't have to take your eyes off the road. That works pretty well. Steering wheel's cranked all the way over. There's your cruise control. It's on a little stock. I believe you have to arm it every time, like my Infinity. Kind of a pain, probably safety feature, blame the lawyers. On the left side of the wheel, here's your mode button. So you can switch between your different radio modes, volume up, down, channel up, down, or song up, down if you're on iPad mode. And then here's your Bluetooth controls, and also audio controls for a lot of features. I've not gotten into the manual yet. There's a lot of controls you can operate with this, and I'll dig more into that. Okay, does not have automatic lights. All right, just so you know, it's not a big deal for me, but manual lights, that's a real throwback. My last 3 or 4 cars all had automatic lights. Whatever, not a big deal. I gotta twist the knob. It does have daylight running lights, which you can defeat. There is a setting deep in the menu system here under car, I believe, where you can turn off the daytime running lights. Does it again, like I said before, it does have fog lights, which you can switch on and off, of course. All right, and then your standard windshield wiper controls over there. Does not have a power mirror. Okay, no home link available. So I know some people on Prius chat forums were already fitting aftermarket mirrors. Does not have a backup camera, so be aware. Again, someone on the Prius chat was installing a combination home link / rear view mirror, or rear camera mirror, aftermarket mirror. No sunglasses holder up here. Again, you have 2 map lights. You've got your tilt and slide on the moonroof. Of course, it has a shade. All right, I like my moonroof. I'm glad I got it. It's worth paying extra for it. Haven't had a chance to check out the climate control in warmer weather, but I plan on doing that. Obviously, don't think there'll be any problems. Just came back from a short trip, about 29 miles. Averaged 47.4. Not bad. A lot of big hills on the way back. Cut the mileage down. At one point I was up to 57 or so driving through the town. You know, I was working on EV mode quite a bit. Cruising around. Using no gas at all. So I have no doubt, you know, this thing will easily meet its 50 combined MPG rating. Just take a quick look under the hood. You've got a 1.5 liter engine from the Gen 2 Prius, modified, and net horsepower is 99, which seems to be sufficient for getting up hills. Not too much to say about it. So that's about it. It's a tiny little car, gets great mileage, still a lot of room inside. Easily fit 4 adults in there relatively comfortably. There's plenty of room in the back seats. You know, pretty good headroom. I'd say up to, say, 6 foot in the back seat, no problem. You know, great economy and kind of fun to drive. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them.